Okay, what does it feel like?
It feels like a big one.
Does it? Really?
It does, yeah. It feels like one that I need the old belt thing that you wear. Jeez. Yeah, this is a big one. Oh, look at that, it just jumped.
Blimey, it's fighting you.
It really is. I have not had one like this before. It's gone right round the side of the boat.
Oh, it's going all over the place now. I think it's going to wear you out. I was going to say, can you wear it out a bit? Oh my goodness. Hello and welcome to the Bahamas. We made it.
Yeah, not the easiest of trips this. It was a few days of beating against the wind, going through shallows and really tricky sailing, but worth it.
Yeah, I think worth it. I mean, the sea here is super clear and the people are lovely and we're going to really enjoy this. We begin the journey, of course, in Cuba. I hope you like the film. Coming up, fighting the biggest, most colourful Mahi Mahi yet. Dinner for the rest of the week. A tricky docking in 30-knot winds. And a feast for Canada night. Sadly, only holidaymakers get to eat this well.
Well, it is a lovely morning in the anchorage here. We've had a good time here apart from the lack of food. And we got lots of stuff done. Found the hydraulic leak, which is really good. And I've been talking to Heidi and Franny, who are in the Bahamas at the moment, and they have talked to a firm there that think they can get our hoses for us. So that's really good news. You looking forward to getting there?
Yeah. Yes, I really am now. I think, well, look, and it's a lovely place. I mean, Cuba's been great. This anchorage has been lovely. But it's time to have a good meal and get to the Bahamas.
So we're hoping we are going to get a good meal in the next stop. That last stop where we check out, there was supposed to be stuff there. We've waited a day extra, and that's really because of the current that runs up through here. Because the wind had dropped enough yesterday, really, for us to go, but it was still 20 knots, and it's against the current. When you look at the chart, you just see how strong the Gulf Stream is through there, and the seas would have been just awful if we had gone there when you've got the wind against that. So it should hopefully, fingers crossed, be better today. Wind's going to come round, it's coming off the shore, so it's not against the tide and it's not as strong. So yeah, hoping for a good one. But yeah, I've got to lift up this anchor by hand still because still not got the windlass until we get those hoses. So yeah, my morning workout.
Our safe haven has worked well for us. But now we're planning our last leg of this Cuban journey to Gaviota Marina. First, to negotiate some very shallow water. It's a really small gap, this.
I know, there's not much to it at all, is it? Comes out for miles, that thing. And then there's just a little gap here and a big shelf the other side as well.
Massive shelf the other side, yeah, I've got to straighten up now, big time. Wrecks of ships everywhere from days gone by, and the early morning fishermen on the edge of the reef. Time to get the sails up.
Moments pass, make this one count. Untie, you're so good at dragging yourself down. Why? Well, there ain't much time left to figure things out.
And the fishing rod out.
I think this might be a Mahi Mahi, you know, I can see yellow. It's big. Once it gets under, it really fights. But yeah, have a look. It's getting closer now. I'll be able to see it.
Oh wow, yeah, I can see some yellow. Massive bits of yellow.
It's a Mahi Mahi, isn't it?
It is.
Oh yes. Can you get the net down?
Oh wow. Wow.
It's a beauty. Look at that. Big Mahi Mahi.
That is an enormous fish.
That's a good one.
Yeah, well done.
Dinner tonight.
Well, and a couple of nights maybe. And we eat well that night. Remember those lychees we had? They work with fish. The next morning the wind drops, but we are almost there. Well, we made quite good progress overnight. The sun's just rising. We should be in about 10 o'clock this morning, and we're going to a marina with water, so we're looking forward to filling up, and then we'll check out and be on our merry way. There should be some restaurants here, so we might even stop and have a meal. That would be lovely. Well, it's nice to have flat, calm sea for an entrance.
Yeah, it is. It's been good all the way. The wind off the shore. A little bit light overnight, but we were making really good way at the beginning. So, yeah, I mean, happy with this. I didn't think we'd get into after lunch, and it's just got sunrise, so perfect timing, really.
We anchor just outside Gaviota Marina. We're being cautious about going in and want to check first because without the bow thruster, docking is tricky. In the event, the sea is flat calm as we head to the marina entrance, and we've arranged a mooring alongside. What could possibly go wrong? The wind, that's what. I think this must be the boating equivalent of a crash landing.
As the cloud rolls over the top, we rush around to get things ready. There's a bigger Malacca cloud on the way.
As the weather gets worse, we need more help and more fenders.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We don't want this guy in the picture.
A shout out here for our Fendertex vendors, which work their magic. Not what we expected.
No, that's why we need to go to the dock.
I know, the one time in the whole of the time we've been here.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, crazy weather. Look at that. And then the rain comes. Time to call it a day. We have the promise of a market,
Yeah.
a small market. The real market's on Sunday, but it's Wednesday today and we're going to get what we can.
Yeah, luckily there's a few locals here, a couple of, well, not locals, people that have made themselves locals. American guy's been here for a year, so he knows the lay of the land. So we've got to catch a bus and get into a town which is about 20 kilometres away.
Yep.
He said.
Santa Marta.
Santa Marta, and there should be food there. There's not here. I mean, this is an enormous resort. Look at it. All these hotels, no one in them, all around here. It was an ex-Russian naval base apparently, and they've just built it up to do all this stuff, but there's just no one here. It's really, really strange, along with most of the other things we've seen in oh look, hold on, this, the American guy said there's a chance of getting laundry done here. They do it for the hotel, so it's in here. So it's just a lady that does it for the hotel, but
Oh, okay.
he's got her number, so hopefully we might get some laundry done as well.
Yeah.
That'd be good. So there are restaurants here, and they do open, so it's possible to get food of a kind anyway.
We wonder what these structures are. Turns out they're lightning conductors.
There's a couple of little shops here as well. We managed to get some sort of fruit juice and things in this little corner shop yesterday. That's the front gate, that's where we're supposed to get the bus, I think.
Yeah, it's a double-decker thing, he said.
Let's see, 9 o'clock. So we made it, we got the bus.
We did.
It came exactly at 9 o'clock as it's supposed to. And this is it, look, it's a tour bus.
Yeah.
We're the only people on it. It's a bit windy and cold up here actually.
Yeah, should we go down? I'm going down. It is a tour bus which picks up guests from the posh hotels. Some are very posh and expensive, several $100s a night.
So we got off the bus. We might have got off the stop early, not really sure. But we need to find a tuk-tuk or something to take us into town, I think.
Yeah, the bus doesn't go right into town, but it does go a little bit further than we thought. So we're walking.
It's pretty. It's strange. There's a little marina down there. That's the supermarket, is it?
Yeah, that's a supermarket. That's not vegetables.
No, it's got little kiosky places though.
Yeah.
So these are all the hardware stores, plumbing. Still haven't had any fruit and veg though.
No.
Gin's found an ice cream.
It's really nice.
At the end of the hardware stores. Look at that. Bingo.
Food. And strangely, this.
Blackpool gin, complete with a picture of the Blackpool Tower. And a very strange flag on top. I don't know who's that. They've got mainly rum.
$7.
$7.
Okay. It's steep.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Sadly, not much going on in the main market today, but fruit, veg and gin is not a bad haul. So back to the boat, and being at the dock has its advantages. They've got good water here so we can fill our tanks. We do, of course, though, have to tackle the problem with the Watermaker. I'm in touch with Andrew from Spectra's helpline, and he says to check the brine seal, which should give him a clue to what might be wrong. First, a pressure test. Kink the outlet pipe, and the pump should cut off at 125 psi.
Okay, so we know the pressure test is okay because that did click off at 125 psi. So the next thing that the Spectra manual says to do is to do this flow test. So I've disconnected the output hose from its normal outlet there, so it's in a bucket. I've got a mark, so that's going to be 10 litres when it gets to that mark. And we need to time it, so I've got my timer here. So we'll start it. We've got all the things in okay. So let's start it and start the stopwatch. So we run it up till then, and then we've got to compare that with how much the product water we get through. We can measure that in the jug afterwards, and it should be sort of 9 to 1, 10 to 1, but they can work out what's happening apparently by sort of knowing those two figures along with what's happening with the pressure gauge. So we record that on a phone so we can send them the video of what's happening with the gauge and what the pressure is doing and the flow rate is doing, that sort of stuff. I'll measure the voltage as it's running on the pump as well. That's all the things they wanted. 13.3 volts, so it's good voltage at the pump. In terms of salinity, yeah, it's off the scale salty. More than 1,000 parts per million. More than 2,000 actually. We recorded 1,500 there, but it's off the scale.
So we need to give Spectra the results and see what they can suggest.
What we didn't know when we arrived is that every Wednesday night the marina is transformed. It goes from this to this. Guests from the surrounding hotels come to visit, bringing their own food and entertainment, all celebrating Canada Day. This is the biggest feast we've seen in Cuba, and we've been here over a month now. And for the Canadians, there's Canadian music, for the most part, though we did note some other Western artists. like, how can I describe it? Ibiza for old people. People like us, actually. We had a great time. And the professional dancers, definitely Cuban.
So after the experience of last night with all those people coming in to our rather deserted marina, it was certainly not deserted last night. It was quite an experience, wasn't it?
Hopping.
And all those people have come from the surrounding resorts, so we thought we'd better go and have a little look around and see what's out there. This is all the path through from the marina. It comes down to a beach here, and there's just resort after resort. If you look at Google Maps on the just along this coast.
There's about 10 different hotels, aren't there?
And it looks like they're mainly Canadians. Well, it was Canada Appreciation Day yesterday, so I suppose it would be, but apparently there's Russians here as well, and obviously there's going to be some Europeans as well, I would imagine, but let's see what we can
Haven't
find.
found any yet.
Europeans?
No.
I suppose we haven't, no. Let's see what we can find. Here's the beach, look. There's just really no one here. A couple of people up there, obviously from a different resort.
Yeah, nice Hobie cats. Bit breezy today though, but they're in good condition, almost new. There's a walk through from the beach to the hotel where, tantalisingly, people were having lunch. After lunch, you can relax by the pool.
They're very nicely set up with a bar as you go through onto the beach, so you can come back and get your refill. It's all obviously all inclusive, these places, so yeah, we're not obviously supposed to be in there as you walk through, take some pictures.
No, we're just looking around. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're allowed to look round.
I think it's fine. That's good. That's the sign of a good beach. Shower before you have to go through, get the evil sand off.
The walk has certainly built up our appetites, so we make our way back to our rather less glamorous abode. We're now in the marina and we're heading for lunch. Lunch in a restaurant, guys.
Yeah.
They have pork, they have fish, chicken.
They also
and
have chips. I don't know how, because you can't buy potatoes here, but apparently they have it on good authority. They have chips. So this is it. All the locals come here. It's supposed to be cheap, but I want to show you up these stairs because we can see just the size of this marina. It's absolutely huge. It takes 1,000 boats.
1,000.
1,000 boats.
Amazing.
Never be more than 20 in it, I don't think. But look, all these docks. So it's mid-moored. This is just the back end of it. It's amazing. Let's see what lunch is like.
Chicken, beer and chips. They came later. And if there is ever anyone staying here in the many now empty condos, there's a pool.
So another dawn start, but actually we're not going to get to our destination before dark even doing this. And we're a bit late leaving because we're at the customs dock. We've had to come over to the customs dock. We were hoping we could check out yesterday. They said we could when we arrived, check out the day before, but yesterday when we came they said no, come in the morning, you have to do it just before you go, which is a pain because now the wind is blowing us onto this dock quite hard. Obviously we haven't got the bow thruster, so it'll be tricky to extract ourselves. We'll just spring off this back line here, try and get the bow out and get away from the dock as quick as we can. But yeah, Judy's still in there trying to do all the paperwork. It always takes a while. It's always a shame to leave somewhere nice, but we are going to the Bahamas, so I'm not going to complain too much. Are you looking forward to the Bahamas?
I am, but I'm also looking forward to the sail. I mean, what a lovely morning. Flat sea, a good breeze. Wow, let's enjoy.
Yeah, it's good. Don't know exactly what we're going to do because yeah, we're a bit late leaving. We wouldn't really get to the stopover if we were going to do this little stopover in the middle of nowhere. We wouldn't get into after dark anyway, so we'll make a call and see what the sea conditions, wind conditions are like, whether we do that or carry on. It's sort of a 3-day sail really, 3 days 2 nights if we went direct there. It's quite a tricky route. We'll go through the charts in a minute.
Meanwhile, more fishing. Food is still an issue for us. Another barracuda.
Yeah, another barracuda. It's off that.
This one might be small enough not to be a cigatera risk, but we decide not to take any chances. And as it turns out, there are many more fish in the sea. Okay, what does it feel like?
It feels like a big one.
Does it? Really?
It does, yeah. It feels like one that I need the old belt thing that you wear. Jeez. Yeah, this is a big one. Oh, look at that. It just jumped. Oh, it's a Mahi Mahi.
Oh, good.
Pretty sure that's a Mahi Mahi. Just did a massive jump. It's a big one as well.
Can't you catch smaller ones? Blimey, it's fighting you.
It really is. Mahi Mahi don't normally fight that much. The last Mahi Mahi I got fought a lot. The ones we caught in the Atlantic didn't. I've not had one like this before. I'm sure it's a Mahi Mahi. When it jumped, it looked like, wow, look, it's just jumping now.
Oh, it's going all over the place now. I think it's going to wear you out. I was going to say, can you wear it out a bit?
It's going faster than the boat.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. We've got to get this there we go.
Look at that. Oh wow. It's up in the air. Don't you dare. What did it, what flipped off?
I don't know.
Got it? That's it.
Oh my goodness me. Yeah, something flipped and I don't know what it was.
No, I saw something went flying off. What an amazing thing.
That's the most beautiful fish I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sorry we're going to eat you.
The biggest fish we've landed so far, caught with the smallest lure in the box. Go figure.
Now back to the sailing.
Okay, we're making very good way. We've got about 20 knots of wind, well 17 at the moment. We're doing 6 or 7 knots for most of the time. I'll put the track up so you can see where we are so far. Just making our way along the north of Cuba. I mean, I've said it before, Cuba's a big country. It's a lot of coastline to go through, and unfortunately this bit of the coastline, all these little islands there, you can't really get around behind them. I've marked a couple of little anchorages like this one here, but that's on the wrong side because the swell's coming from that way. To get around behind things, you know, it's just too shallow. You can't really get in there at all for the whole of this coast. So, I mean, the wind's in our favour anyway. We're going to keep going. There is a little place we could stay up here, Anguilla Key, which looks really interesting, but we're a bit late leaving. We'll be there like 2 in the morning, and the wind's in our favour anyway, so we're going to keep going while it's good. And what we've got to do is scout around the bottom of Andros Island, which is much more difficult than you might think, because all this blue, when you zoom in, you can see is just full of bommies. It's like a massive minefield and really shallow. You go through and you know, there's 2 meters, 3 meters, pretty much the whole way through it, and it's really wide. I mean, if I put the dividers up, you can see one end to another. It's 50 miles across. So if you got there at dawn, you could just about do it all in daylight. But you know, the chances of doing that are slim. So we're going to go around the bottom, and the wind is supposed to change. So if it does, if it comes around to the east, we'll tack up and try and get into this really deep part, the tongue of the sea, through one of these channels in the bottom. There's a lot of channels in there, so we hope that the sand's not shifting around too much in there and we can get through and into the really deep bit. I mean, this deep bit's amazing. It goes from over 1,000 feet to 5 feet in, or 5 meters in nothing. It just instantly, it's just like a cliff all the way around it. That'll mean we've got some shallow stuff to fight through to get up to the string of islands there. I mean, if the wind doesn't shift, we'll carry on south and go around the bottom of Long Island and up on the deeper side. But if I show you the predict wind, what we've got at the moment, let's go into where we are, is this sort of northeast. And it comes through Sunday, it starts to come round, which is why we're making as much north as we can, so as it comes around we can start coming back down and still try and keep it a little bit on the beam. But then look, it comes right the way round onto the east, so when it does that we can hopefully be far enough across to the east that we can tack up north and get up and into the tongue of the sea and do it that way. So yeah, let's hope that it is as it says it's going to be on here, because it should be good wind all the way.
And dinner tonight, mahi mahi, coleslaw and plantain chips. Yum. Well, we've got some fantastic wind this morning. We're travelling at about 7 knots. The only problem is that it's come around sooner than predicted, so we're not quite where we need to be. We're having to head south a little bit. But if you look around, look, for as far as you can see, we have just 5 meters of water. So, wow, what's not to like? We could even drop the anchor if we wanted to have a swim. Not sure we'll be doing that with no windlass, but hey, we could. We have at least 2 more nights at sea, but we are lucky. As the sun sets, the full moon rises and lights up the sky until dawn.
The wind strength stays good and we're making good way, but unfortunately it's heading off round to the east a little bit earlier than expected. We have to head south, and by daylight we're tacking up through the shallows. We're still hoping for a wind shift to let us get across to the Exumas, but it's looking more likely we'll have to go straight north to Nassau on New Providence Island.
The thing about very shallow water, so when it gets windy, it gets pretty choppy and uncomfortable. It's not so bad at the moment because it's only blowing about 12-15 knots, but it was blowing 25 overnight, and yeah, it's like a washing machine. It's pretty horrible, and the wind's coming straight against us. It hasn't come around as far as it should, which is really annoying because we're now bashing into it. We have been all night, not making very good progress at all because there's current against us as well. So our track is just really quite pathetic, taking us a long time to get up, and we need to try and time getting up into that tongue, the deep part through the sandbars there, because you know, you don't want to go through there in the dark, and you don't want to go through there when the tide is running fast, because it runs right across it sideways. It's quite weird. So we were hoping to get the one this morning at 11 o'clock. No chance of doing that. In fact, we struggled to get the 5 o'clock slack tide through there, in which case we'll be stooging around for another night out here, which will not be good. So we really hope to try and get there for the 5 o'clock one if we can, and then try and find somewhere to anchor on the other side. Blah.
We tack up as close as we can, but have to motor for the last hour to make sure we make the tide and the light.
Well, just looking at the water, you can't see the contours, but trust me, it is very, very shallow in places there. So Steve is hand steering for a bit.
Yeah, just this narrow bit here I'll go through, but I mean, this whole thing is 17 nautical miles long with these sandbanks either side of us, so when we get to the wider bit, I'll let the auto helm take it. We'll be all right, I think.
Yeah, that's further than we can actually see now. It's going to take us, what, a couple of hours. And then when we get to the bit where it drops, it goes from 8 meters to 1,000 meters. Just straight down. It's going to be, I don't know if we'll see it, but if we can, it will be quite amazing.
On this heading, the wind direction is good for us, and we make good way through the sandbanks. The sun does set though just before we get to the end, so we don't get to see if you can see that big drop off. As expected, getting to the exhumers is just going to be out of the question, so New Providence Island it is. There's a good bay on the western end that should give us good shelter.
So we made it. This is coming into Clifton Bay, which is on the far western side of Nassau. We do realise that Nassau isn't the best place to come in the Caribbean. Our patrons who come here quite often to the Bahamas say all these sort of brilliant places. Nassau's not really one of them, and yeah, shame really, because we've just sailed over 100 miles straight up the tongue of the Caribbean, past the exhumers, all the sort of some of the gems of the Caribbean, and missed out. But hopefully we'll get time to loop back down there and do that. We have got to get here, get our spares sorted, and actually it would have taken another 2 days to fight against the wind, because it's a strong easterly coming across all those shallows to get from where we were at the bottom of the tongue through to the exhumers. So this was really our only viable option. What we're hoping is that we can get ashore here and have a meal and do some provisioning straight away, because we definitely have run out of everything. We've eaten all the fish. So yeah, it looks a bit difficult. I mean, looking at things on the map, loads of places here where they say not allowed ashore, private, this, that and the other. It looks like there might be a place here on what they call Jaws Beach, so hopefully that's right. And if there's not a restaurant there, then we'll have to walk and find something. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be like, it's not like the Greek islands where you rock up and there's a taverna on the beach, or several tavernas on the beach. It seems not here anyway, so yeah, we'll see, we'll hope. Well, the patrons might say this isn't one of the gems of the Caribbean, but the water's good. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful. So is that it? Are we through the shallows?
Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing, yeah.
There is another bit coming up, so I might send you up there again.
Okay.
But at the moment, for a little bit, we're at 1.6.
So what was the minimum you saw?
1.1.
1.1, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's low tide, so it's not bad. A little bit rocky in this bit, but that is properly clear. I haven't seen water as clear as that since Sardinia. Yeah, a bit rocky here. It's funny, we had a comment from someone when we run aground before saying, what are you doing? You just look and you can see how deep it is. I mean, you look at this, you've got no idea. It just looks so shallow. It looks like it could be just a couple of feet deep.
And this is where we are now. Shallow water right till the end, though.
Yes, but beautiful water, as you saw as we came in. So we're really looking forward to exploring further, going to the outlying islands, the exhumers, places like that. That's really, for us anyway, the beauty of the Bahamas. But here we just need to reprovision and get our parts.
We do, yeah. So we have got the hydraulic pipe. We should be able to get that and find out what's wrong with the Watermaker.
Yeah, Spectral on that at the moment. They've been very good with their backup people telling you stuff online. They do normally have someone here, but he's actually in the States at the moment, so that's a shame. So I'm hoping that we're going to get the right advice and be able to fix it and get the right parts. So we might need to get things delivered here as well. Things are expensive, so we've got to.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
an expensive place.
But yes, I mean, and then we can get going. But it's been a difficult trip up here, but I think, wow, I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it's one of those things you go through 3 or 4 nights of sailing, thinking, I just want to die.
Yeah. And we were lucky because we got that fish.
Here.
We were really lucky to get that fish, because we had run out of pretty much it. We would have had no protein basically at all. Pasta and rice was all we had left. So yeah, that fish did us.
Lentils.
Is that protein? It's not, is it?
It is.
It's not real food.
Okay.
We had lunch and dinner for 3 days with that
Yeah.
fish. So that was just, the fishing gods were smiling on us for that one. Really pleased.
So we are looking forward to having a rest and then getting going, I think, and exploring. And it does feel different being in the Bahamas already. It feels different.
Yeah, it certainly does. Yeah.
So thank you very much to our patrons. Thank you to our subscribers, and thank you for watching. And next time, we'll be out and about in the Bahamas.
In the clear water.